Hello, good morning, people. It's the weekly bulletin. It's a beautiful Saturday. I am Daddy Chris, Srtv London, and it's a great day. Weather is beautiful. Yeah, we're officially summer, and I'm happy. I'm excited. A lot has happened within the week. Good news, not so much of a bad news, but maybe a little bit of controversy. All that we'll be taking a look at this morning on this show. As usual, I have my team ready. We have Abuja. I can see Abuja, and I have the other part of Princess in London. So we'll all be looking at some of these issues together. But what really happened within the week? We need to take a look at that. What has happened between Labour and the federal government of Nigeria? That was a passionate issue for me, and I think it should be on the headline and it should be maintained. I pray we keep that burning, remind the federal government the need for us to have a productive economy. A productive economy, you see, the truth is, I always say to people, you cannot pay. The only reason you are not paying is because you are not making money. So how about thinking outside the box? How about trying or planning to make money? That should be the emphasis today. Not just tell government to pay us a particular amount of money, but how the government should be making money so that they can pay us. And you that want to be paid 650,000 naira, are you working? Are you productive? If you're not, then we have an issue, man. Because where's the federal government going to see the money to pay you? If the federal government asks you to do something, or the government is asking you to do something and you're not doing it, where's the money going to come from? You see, any attempt, you see, it's always an equation. When you remove one, it's never going to be complete. So all have to be complete for the equation to be balanced. Have you read it in balance of equation? That is one thing we did in simple arithmetics. So we need to do that. No, it's really not arithmetic, it's mathematics. But hey, equation need to be balanced. The government need to come up with the reality, be productive, be assertive in terms of what they want, and we must be assertive and decide to work hard so we get paid. Like I said, if you go to work in the UK, 8 hours is 8 hours. When the bell rings, you work. And you work until it is 8 hours. But Nigeria, sometimes you go there to just sleep, especially those women that go to break melon. I don't know they break melon. That is an issue for another day. Well, I'm here today, and my guests, so I'm always know how to oppress them. Otherwise, they are here, they are able, and they can do it better than I do. But as far as I'm still here, I'm still the old man. All right. A lot today is also going on the papers today. But one thing I really want us to look at today is what Vanguard has for us. And I pray that we have time to take a look at that paper together. I'm just saying this to my people today, which is going to be the cross of our matters today. Hope deferred, not renewed. Tinubu 1 year on. I'm beginning to like Guardian. Before I will go on to that, let us quickly go back and let me get the ladies onto the show. Let us get the ball rolling because a lot is at stake. That is a wonderful headline. Vanguard, you guys are becoming. You are gonna. If you continue, you're gonna be the. See, Peter Tosh described one guy called Johnny. He said Johnny doesn't know how to read and write, but can ring the bell can play the guitar like somebody ringing a bell. You understand that? Where are you going? You're gonna you put Guardian on the run already for their money. Please continue. I'm beginning to like Vanguard, people. Hey, let's go. Let's see. Mary, Abuja, what's going on? I like when I see Mary, I see this hairstyle. I'm excited. They never paid you. I brought you up from the child to now. You're not a woman. All of them, they eye you now. Eh? They have to say, how are you?
It's Eyes London this morning.
London is great. And I guess Abuja is exciting as well.
Yeah, Abuja is really.
All right.
Yes,
Abuja know how to fall people hand. Tell them to not fall our hand today. Because today is a busy day.
They're even falling our hands. Like there is this road around it's like 20 kilometers away from the villa. So that road is not motor. The project for the road was around 5.4 billion naira. But
now, for some reason again, maybe your network is prostituting. Let me use the word. You know, when you prostitute, you are not stable. You want to be here, you want to be here, you want to be everywhere. That is what your network is doing at the moment. What is going on? We can hear you one word and then we don't hear the other one. Come on.
I think it's the network, but can you hear me now?
Better.
Okay, I said the road is not motorable here in Abuja, and the minister has not done anything about it. The last minister commissioned that road, but till now nothing happened, and they've not done
Are you
anything about
talking
it.
of the capital FCT manager or the minister for roads?
I'm talking about the minister for roads, the one in charge
Okay,
of.
all right, that is Mahi.
He's a villager in Abuja, but
Yeah.
they have to even put a curfew. Nobody's allowed
All
to
right. We're gonna
come into that.
maybe take 2 minutes to fix your network. We'll come back to you shortly. Because your
Okay,
network is actually disturbing. All right, just a quick one. All right, people.
okay.
Hey, I am pairing up with Princess today. This woman is on Berek. Sometimes when I hear this kind of thing, I don't know whether people say this girl a court girl in those days. So you never know. Princess, you just court small when you dey school. Uh, no, your network. You are on mute, man.
Yeah, I say not at all. It's just that maybe we used to behave like them. You need to when you go to a terrain or a ground where you don't, a strange place. You just have to, feel among. They say when you go to Rome, you behave like a Roman, not like we're into that. Not at all.
But I mean, because this your red beret is
No,
very
I have
thick.
different colors. I have like 15 colors, different
Oh
colors.
wow, wonderful! But anyway, it looks good on you as usual.
Thank you.
Yes. So yes, today is weekly bulletin, and we go have a lot has happened within the week. Can you run us through some of the things that happened within the week? What do you think we should be looking at? And I really want us, to, like I said, to focus on Tinubu 1 year on. That is the discussion today. What are Nigerians saying? 1 year Tinubu in office. Big review. Tinubu is our focus today. All right. But let us take a look at some of the things that have happened within the week.
Yes, we had quite a lot during the week, and it's been one very busy week. We had the labor issues, and the good thing about labor this time around, they are not backing down, and so they are not willing to take no for an answer, and they are saying this time around their demands must be met, and so that issue is still there. That is one very interesting issue as well. And then we have the Fubara and the River State crisis, Fubara versus Wike, that is getting messier by the day. We are seeing that people cross carpeting from even the cabinet here and there. Some are actually going with Wike, while some are sticking with Fubara. So that is still playing out. And of course, we have, the visit of the prince and the princess here from UK to Nigeria that was topical, very topical on Monday, and of course we have Emefiele as well. That the court is is still all that grinding here and there, as regarding to alleged fraud, and of course the president did say there was a statement that they were not aware of the naira swap policy and printing of so much new currency and all that. So I think everybody's trying to remove their head and they are leaving him hanging to bear that on his own. And then we have other issues as well. But yesterday also we saw uh the a young promising star that was buried yesterday. We saw a lot of celebrities turned out en masse for that funeral, and of course the wife and the family as well. It's a very sad thing. That's why I actually decided to wear black today. It's a very sad thing, and it's not something I want to even wish on anybody. So these are some of the topical issues we had, during the week. They are quite much, but we know that these are very topical ones that keep coming back, and we know also that before I forget, we know that the Okoma people are returning back home, and I got the information that in a wood there is a IDP camp for them now, because they actually came back to ruins, to destruction, to pain, and to death as well. And then so some of them are not able to come back because there is nothing to go back to actually. And so the community actually set up an IDP camp for them already in a community, so that it can be there until they pick up the pieces of their lives And these are some of the issues as well. And then we have in Delta State as well, we have demolition across Delta State, across Lagos, across Abuja as well. That the citizens are not finding funny. I know that of Asaba, it's turning to another thing because they are beginning to point accusing finger on the governor for approving that these demolitions. But we know that Lagos and Abuja, that's what we've been seeing over the time, so it's not new to people there, sir.
Well, it's a very it's a weak packed food. That's the right word to use. It's packed food. And as I'm here now, just the image of this wonderful family. I mean, here is Junior Pope being put to rest, and that's the wife and the kids. Quite a very distressing, difficult time for them, I assume, and perhaps difficult for Nollywood in general. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how we're taking it, but I have some issues with some of the things going on. I always say to the, um, obviously, I don't think Nollywood will be welcome to this burial because of what has happened. Ah, when somebody die, when there's an incident, somebody must be blamed. Yes, on this case, Nollywood is at fault, and I think they've admitted the fault. I want to apologize on behalf of them. This is an accident that happened at work, and something will cause an accident. Somebody will cause an accident. In this case, a producer was a little bit lousy. She made the mistakes, and somebody paid dearly for it. For that, we apologize, and I think the industry need to come up with an open apology to the family of this. And if it's a society where there's compensation need to be paid. Because when I look at this family now, the thing that comes to my mind is who's going to pay their bills? Who pays their bills moving forward from today? And that is a very, very straight. Maybe for me, I don't always see money, but no. But at the end of the day, when somebody dies, there's responsibility. Look at three wonderful kids. Look at the woman now without a husband. Oh man, it's gonna be very difficult, man. Most of the things she didn't plan
It's
for,
really bad.
it's so difficult.
Even though
Look at this news story. Yeah, go on, Mary.
I said it's just that sometimes you cannot rely on people's promise. Imoni actually came out to make a promise that he's going to train the children to any level they want and make sure the family is comfortable. But the thing is, it's one thing for him to actually keep to his words because Juniper was his very good friend when he was still alive, and you can see that he was fully present at the burial, even with his brother Casey. So he had actually took it upon himself to actually take care of the family and make sure they are comfortable. So, but we just pray that he actually works according to what he said. Actually keeps
I
his
don't think
promise.
somebody like Imoni will want to say such a thing publicly and not carry it out. We know Imoni for
Not that.
always doing humanitarian services. We know Imoni for empowering the youth, especially in the eastern part of the country. That's something he does even every end of the year, empowering people, giving out a lot of stuff, cards, money to start up business. So I want to hold him to his word. I want to believe that Imoni will, actually see to this. And the good thing is that it's not just Imoni. We have other people coming up. I know that Zubi Michael also promised, but the fact that Zubi Michael did not conduct himself very well during the funeral, I am not going to talk about whatever he's promising. And then somehow, and the woman also, the good thing that is what we say women empowerment as well. A career woman, she's running a business, she has an event.
Yes.
I think she's into events and decor and all that, and she's doing quite well. She's one of the biggest around in Asaba. And so I think, in as much as it's going to be difficult, I know how it is. We adults lost losing our parents, and then look at these children. I watched a video yesterday where the senior son said, "I can't take this anymore." In fact, I was broken into pieces. I didn't even know when I started crying. I have always said that after my mother's death, that I don't think anything will make me I'll feel pain again. But somehow this actually got to me because I was just thinking about the three young ones here. And then a wife that have been thrown into this, because this family, the thing is that this particular family, they have a bond with the guy that with Junior Pope. the children, the wife. So if you see their life so far, the bond is so strong, and that is why everybody is, maybe perhaps we are very worried about her and the children, because there was a bond. And it's not just a man that was living a nonchalant life, not caring about them, or was too busy. He was always there and carrying them along. And so that's why people are questioning how we they cope. But somehow they will find a way to cope, and they will be okay. But it's really sad. It's sad.
It is. It is. It is. We all we can do is, yeah, like I said, the compensation culture need to come to bear. Now, Africa, we have our own culture anyway. That's what you've also heard now. Uh, you see, I said something, whether you like it or not. The European culture is slightly different from our own. Their own is about the compensation culture, the society dealing with issues, not the individuals. You understand? We send our children, we train our children as Africans because at our old age, it's the child you train that will come and take care of you. But in Europe, it is the society that takes care of you. So it is a different mentality. But I'm really proud of what the Nigerian guys are doing, like Imoni and all of them, saying coming out to do what we do best as Africans. That hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Princess, I just a very slight, um, maybe deviation from the topic. When parents in our weak culture, when some things like this happen, we often marry the wife to the next of kin, or the senior, the younger brother to the late person and all that. The reason being, we want them to be secured. We want a man to take care of them. So that is our way of dealing with certain things. It wasn't meant for pleasure. They don't want the children to go astray without a father. Let's say be a father in their life. So those are the things we used to do in those days. We're not saying this is I don't think anybody can dispute whether that is good or bad. But that is a part of our culture. So and in difficult times like this, one only kind of wonder, because there are so many things here. This woman is a young girl. Where is she going from here? Where are these kids going? And
And the
anyway,
kids are still small, like they still have a long way to go. A whole
they're
long
young.
way.
They're young.
It's really
And
sad.
before we run away from this, and I want to take this picture away before I talk about Zubi Michael. I saw this image yesterday of the number of policemen, because that would be wrong to put this image on this wonderful family. It would be an insult on them. So I want just to throw a little light on what Zubi Michael did there, the way he conducted himself. In fact, it is true that the Nigerian police, or the Nigerian, even if it was the Nigerian army that opens the car door for Zubi Michael, and he worked with so many policemen. And these are policemen in Nigeria. Are they meant for people like Zubi Michael? So it's not even only the politicians abusing it.
He has a
And
lot
so
of them. Oh.
who is Zubi
Honestly.
Michael to be what for what? Who's guiding him? Guiding him from who? He needs a bodyguard. He pays for it. Nigerian police. No, there's a difference between bodyguards and
But
policemen.
everybody, they are still listening in the media. Nobody is saying anything about it. This has been happening for years. It did not just start this year. It did not start last year. It has been like that.
But Mary,
Mary, let's get something straight,
Thank
right?
you.
Yesterday we
Okay.
saw a
It's
family that is
going
actually
to
mourning, right? We saw a
yes.
family that was bereaved. If there is the word definition of mourning, bereaved, that would be that family yesterday. And that not because people have not been in that shoes or situation before, but we look at the circumstances at which the young man died. And of course, he's a promising young man. People know Junior Pope for always smiling, laughing, swag, and always trying to, do one thing that will make people laugh. And then we look at the children. Yesterday also, let's not forget the aged mother that was there. People were consoling yesterday. There is this adage in my place where I come from, that may our parents not be the ones to
not be
bury
the
us,
mother. Yes,
right?
that's a good
And
yes.
so we saw the aged mother yesterday. In fact, yesterday I have been broken since yesterday, and now. Even though Zubi Michael,
Serious.
for instance, we know him for always constituting nuisance, or for always as king of mad people, the way he used to call himself. It's only right for him to conduct himself that yesterday, just for a few hours.
Yes.
It wasn't
And
Funny
called for.
enough,
The
was the best man.
securities, yeah,
Was
yesterday we
Pope's
saw
best
the number of security police people running after his vehicle, shading him, covering him, and even it was an army
man.
person that opened the door for him. And then after he as he was moving, police people were running. These are Nigerian security force. These are Nigerian police. They
Exactly.
they are,
I'm
they are
not
not
blaming
meant
Zubi
to do
Michael.
this
I
thing.
think the
So
Inspector General of Nigerian
it
Police
gives
should
them
Zubi
that
resign.
Michael was
license.
He should
Zubi
resign.
Michael was Junior Pope's best man during Junior Pope's wedding. That's the only
Yes,
one that is
I
supporting
don't even
him. But
mind, Princess. My
till he
case
dies,
is
it's one
Inspector
thing or the
General
other.
Police abusing the Nigerian policemen because somebody assigned this man to Zubi Michael. Somebody
That's it
assigned
now
them
because he's
for
paying.
stupid
That's what I'm saying.
assignment.
Because he's paying them, he's giving them the kind of money they want, and that is why they keep on serving.
And we don't have policemen on the streets in Lagos, on the streets of they're kidnapping every day. No police to do their job, and they are guiding Zubi Michael. What a shame! And even for a Nigerian, no, I've never seen army doing this before. This is totally unacceptable. Not with where we are. I have nothing. If you need security, Zubi Michael, go and get a bodyguard. The Nigerian police is not trained. We didn't train Nigerian police to come and guide individuals. I thought the politicians are the one making a mockery of the system. Even you artists, you're gonna wake up, man. Because at the end of the day, you think you are big, you are actually reduced to nothing. And when we come to situations, I mean, they're everywhere in the world. There's bodyguard, there's security, especially when you go big. But you use bodyguards. You don't use police.
Even if there are securities everywhere, and of course, thank God these days we have a security outlet for just bodyguard people who wants people to be carrying their bags
Exactly.
holding umbrella. But what was the need for Michael, Zubi using more than 8, 10 policemen? They were
For a
actually up to 10, and then an army pressing his work. At least two or maybe one is enough. And then what was that show for?
Princess, what is
looking more
you hear
like
what
a
he's
show
saying?
off. You're looking
I
more
hear
like
what
a
he's
show
saying.
off.
You're going off and on, Princess. I hear what you say, but my real concern is the Nigerian police trained to do this job? Because we are in a country where things are, where we don't have security. And the little ones we have are used to guide people like Zubi
Well,
Michael.
you know that these Nigerian police, they want to stay where they are seeing money. You know that. They still work
Yes.
for Yahoo Boys. Have you forgotten? These people,
It
they
boils
take
down to one thing which
guide
Labour
Yahoo
did.
Boys in the club.
Yeah.
Yahoo Boys take them to the club so that they will guide them through the night. It's just where they
Mary,
get, that is where they work.
it
You
boils
get
down to one thing.
priority, misplaced priority, that's just it.
Yeah, I agree. And it boils down to one thing, what the Labour is saying to the federal government of Nigeria. Pay us a decent wage. If a policeman is paid a decent wage, he will not be running after some people like this. And if the Inspector General is so mean or not to think outside the box to begin to assign Nigerian policemen to do this kind of function, we'll be holding you accountable. I decided not to show the images, so I hope that this will be corrected. Otherwise, I'm going to bring the entire police to disrepute. But let's keep it calm because all the things we do here, we are outside the country and I'm careful what I do. But hey, there are some we cannot take. That's why we're bringing it up. And I hope you take corrections from this. Listen, there's another interesting thing. Let's quickly move on. I know it's something we can't trash. We'll come back to this issue of Junior Pope as we move on. But I'm beginning to like somebody here. I don't know whether you guys know this guy. This governor of Abia State. Eh? This guy is another. Just on a lighter mood. He said, return the money or show us an airport. Apparently, somebody built an airport. The former governor, you should go and read that story on Srtv blog. I am liking this guy. You understand? Is it what you know what this man is doing? This is an example of a governor. And perhaps we should learn. This guy came out from labor because he has nobody that forced him to be there. He has no godfather. He struggled, the people voted him into power. Now he's working for the people. And perhaps we should learn from this. And I don't should listen to this kind of message. If I know people want good governance, perhaps they should be seeing what is happening in Abia State. One of the things that is happening is this guy is under nobody. So he owes one person, the people. He doesn't owe, it's not owing Obaseki. It's not owing Okowa. You know, that's how they owe. You understand? Fubarak is not owing Wike. This guy is on his own and he's not working for the people. Maybe it's a food for thought. Please, people, as you go into that vote, don't know that the man you're going to point out there, you're going to try to vote for now. If he's under the spell, if it's under the control of somebody, ask yourself if that person will be working for you or working for that person or working for those people. Because you can see a lot of drama happening in Edo State at the moment. Unfortunately, we don't have Edo today. The amount of drama, they are defecting from one place to the other. Edo politics is becoming so cheap. And I'm wondering, are you doing this because of the people or because you want to practice politics just for your stomach? Stomach infrastructure is still reigning supreme in our politics, and I think it should stop. It's disturbing, and I'm proud of this guy, and I really want to bring his matter again and again. I'm going to read that story properly with you and share the whole story with you. But the headline alone was quite interesting. Bring back that money or show us an airport. Big lesson. He's going to take it. And the last line he said, it is now up to the court to decide. You know when this is how civilized things work. If you don't do it, we're going to hand over you to the normal authority. Perhaps that is a big wake up call for Wike and Fubara. Fubara, by the time you allow the court to handle the issue of Wike, like I said again and again, perhaps Wike will sit down in Abuja while you have your state to govern. You have your own destiny. But Mali said, every man's got the right to decide his own destiny. Fubara, is your destiny at stake? Is this what you want to be remembered for? That Wike kick you around? Even if he puts you there, there's a time we come and say, no, sir, we can't do things like this. There's need to do things differently, like Obasanjo said. I'm quoting Obasanjo. Obasanjo at the point is I say, hey, there is need to do things differently. All right, this is Weekly Bulletin, my people, and we're here. I'm here with Abuja, London, and they are looking beautiful. These women, when their mouth open, I wall, you see, say they small. None of them is easy here, trust me. So that when I come with some issues, they attack me and I say, okay, this over, you have to withdraw. Because these guys, they know what they're doing. All right. So like we said before, Princess, where are we? I think one of the topical issues of the week is actually the labor and the federal government of Nigeria. I think we should take a look at that. And that will link us to the very headlines I'm talking about today. The federal government, 1 year down the line, they come up. Let's take a look at it. They came up and say, hey, from day one, Tinubu had a clear vision, no oil subsidy, which we all welcome. People like me, even when they were killing Tinubu, I said, oh, we need it. Let's move on. I know that it was IMF that is pushing them. You understand? And I don't know, I didn't do it because of IMF. I do it for economy that will be stable tomorrow, an independent economy. I talk about the independence of the Nigerian state. I don't believe in the independence of the Nigerian state. I believe in the independence of the Nigerian economy. That is what I cry for. And with that one, I believe in it that, okay, with this one, I thought that when we take that money out, we use that money the money we used to be paying people, we'll keep the money to build a refinery. 1 year down the line, we've not seen anything. People are now hungry. The economy hardship and the citizens are now too much. Labor is crying out that they need a decent wage. I think that is fair enough. Why are we still where we are? I will leave that for you two young ladies to talk on.
So far, 1 year in office, in as much as I heard Kuka said the other day that Bishop Kuka of Sokoto Diocese said the other day that in as much as we cannot fully judge an administration, a government with just 1 year, you already know whether they will succeed or fail with the kind of policies they put up.
The litmus test is there. It's a litmus test. You understand? You know when you do chemistry, the first thing you do, we call it litmus test. That is the cheapest test you do for those who do chemistry. When we say litmus test, go and test, research it, everybody. Litmus test. Go on, Delta. I like that.
As with whatever he has been doing so far, we've seen that, especially when he came into a assumed power, and within 2 minutes of assumption, he declared that subsidy is not a thing of the past. But not just that it was a thing of the past, but there were no policy in place. So it's as if he just said it and it became a law. And at the end of the day, he didn't put measures in place to actually cushion the effect. Whatever you want to do, and you're supposed to have, the aftermath, the effects, and that is why Nigerians, we are concerned. and then we look at also other things as well. We've been seeing from one hardship to another, and even though he's giving us reassuring hope, and that everything will be all right, before you get to the promised land, you must have to go you know take some sacrifices here and there. But it's as if it's going bad as the day goes by. And so I'm thinking that 1 year in office, in as much I want to stand in line with Kuka, is not in as much as, 1 year is too small to judge an administration of 4 years. But so far the policies are not working. We also saw, the naira against dollar here and there. Even at some point, it was coming down. Naira was also appreciating, and then at the end of the day, we saw another one again. And I can't remember the analyst that said 2 days ago that the way at which the president and people around him actually handling some of these things uh, we only crash us even more deeper than where we are now. And so I don't know, but 1 year in office, I think there's nothing to actually talk about. Subsidy, fine. You remove the subsidy. What are we now doing with that money now that we are supposed to be using towards that? And then we're still talking about borrowings, and we're still talking about look at the Kaduna, as I beg your pardon, Lagos and Calabar coastal road. This is the priority. If you go to Edo State, sometimes a full trailer will sink on a road. The road is
Yes.
that deep. It's a serious damage. I passed through the road, not like somebody told me. And then these are things that the government is supposed to be focusing on. If you must, this is even a street, and this is fair. What I'm saying now is just from Ekboma, between the Abdulsalim University to, across to as you're driving out of Ekboma, you won't be able to pass. You have to go inside the town, find your way out. Even at that is still stressful. I'm telling you that this is a pothole that a full trailer will go in. You will not even know that a trailer is there. It's that bad. And then we have a lot of things, and then you come up with policies that are not helping. You keep borrowing money, and you keep living our politicians as well. They keep living the flamboyant life at
They're
the
buying new
expense
vehicles.
of
Yes.
people.
SUV. Yeah.
Because now when you do the road there, you are demolishing houses, and you're going to pay toll gates. Do we need this right now? And so I'm thinking, for me, let me not say too much already. The 1 year administration is nothing to write home about for me. In as much as the student loan is something I applaud, I don't think I'm actually cool with any other thing. That's my sincere opinion.
Yes. Anyway, we're having Edo, I won't be quoting you, but welcome to the show.
Morning, sir.
Charity, how are you?
Fine, sir.
We hardly see the like of Charity on this show. Welcome to Weekly Bulletin. We are now
Yeah.
reviewing at looking at Tinubu 1 year in office. I'm going to leave the floor to Mary. Mary, what's your take? The president is 1 year in office now. Um, what would you say are his achievements, and what would you say perhaps the president should have done something different? Okay, obviously Mary is blinking. I can tell she was not really there. When she comes back, we'll hear from her. Charity, you are just coming in, and I know you people are faced with your election, which is coming up shortly. We just saw images
Yeah.
of the road, and I use Abia State as a point of contact to advise people in Edo State that perhaps the only reason the governor of Abia State is able to do what he's doing is because he has no godfather. He came to the office with the vote of the people, with the mandate of the people. Now he's working for the people. The question is, in Edo State, are your candidates free? Are they in prison? Do they have godfathers? Can you identify their godfathers? If that is the case, what do you expect from them? Or we're going to live in fantasy. Nigerians know how to go to church and pray about it. When you vote the wrong person finish, you say, God will do it. But God is telling you, don't vote the wrong person. When you don't vote and finish, you say that God good one. I said, sometimes God will be looking at us. Only you go rape woman. You see, I always tell you, there are certain things God cannot do. There are certain things God cannot do. You see, if I sleep with a girl, if I marry a wife, I sleep with her, you go get belle. If I rape her at the time of our ovulation, she go get belle. Why is God not stopping the no na rape? Oh no, na did God do that? Because those things are not the things God do. That's not part of his job. That is our decision to take on earth, and we will live by the repercussions. Now election is around the corner. And though people have a chance to learn from the past, the question I ask is, and I'm going to leave it with you, Charity, are your candidates free? Do they have godfathers? Can you identify some of them? If that is the case, is Edo safe? Oh, it better make Charity disappear. Make her leave that one for Princess. Princess, what do you think about this? This is a very difficult discussion. And I really want Edo to answer this question because they're always praising the governor. They're always praising the government, which is okay. I have not. He said it's going. That Baseki's time is over. But my concern is really the new election that is coming up. They seem not to learn. We seem not to learn. We're going to wait for God to come and do it. Is God the one to solve the problem for those states when they have a candidate in their hands to vote for? Princess, I don't know why you keep muting your phone.
We actually saw a story yesterday that says INEC warns against incumbency power abuse in Edo. You know, I took you back to that because of that particular headline on Punch yesterday. I We talked about it yesterday. We talked about youth inclusiveness in government, in governance, in politics, and other sector, and we talked about godfatherism and the fact that the compensation, the party kind of government, where for instance we used Wike as a case study where because he helped the president, notwithstanding the fact that he's from the opposition, he was compensated with a ministerial slot.
Yes.
And this has been the case so far in Nigeria, where even before Tinubu will leave the office, or before, let's assume, before Baseki will leave, years prior to that time, they would have, planned on who he will hand over to. Now, they don't care whether this person is the person the people will want to reckon with, or the people we actually want to choose. But they feel like it's actually, they have the power, they have what it takes to actually bring this person in. And so these are some of the issues we actually discussed yesterday. We're only seeing Uti of Abia State, like you rightly said, he was voted by the people. He came in via a Labour Party, not party that has too much chaos here and there, mayhem in that state. And so I think the issue of godfatherism is not really there. But we are seeing a full barra right now, and Wike is a perfect example. We also
Yes.
saw Kogi
Yes.
State, where a sitting president is trying to shade the ex-one to make sure that the EFCC or the security
Governor.
agency don't have access to this person. Is even saying we don't have issues with him and all that. The state is okay.
Yes.
This shows how far our leaders will go, political leaders will go, to hold on to power, to continue to destroy the political, this system in Nigeria. And so in Edo State, I'm really hoping that with what we've seen so far, the issues of godfatherism are there already, because in as much as because Princess said on the show one time that there was an agreement. I want to use her word. There was an agreement that, okay, this time around is zone here, and now next time we're zoning it here. But Philip is not, at this point, Philip is no longer, holding on to that agreement. And therefore, Obaseki is seen as if he's been disrespectful. And also, in as much as there was agreement, he's a young man, he's a free citizen. If he wants to, choose to campaign, he should campaign, and others as well will campaign. And the people we actually, decide who they want. But we know that the issue of godfatherism that decrease will always be there in Nigerian political sector.
And my worry is the damage it's doing to us as a people and to the system and what we call politics. And perhaps before we leave this in, if I can just bring that paper back, this quick one. You see, Princess, I think we're going to come back to the issue of the president. Baba, you never go away, stay there. Tinubu, don't go away, stay there. But if you look at under it, directly under Tinubu. He said 19 states run 433 councils with caretakers committee. With caretaker committee. You see, what is this? What does this tell you? You understand? We can blame the federal government as much as we want. Let's bring this paper here. The state governors are the problem of the Nigerian state. Now they refuse to conduct local government elections. The question I ask you is that where is the money that's coming to the local government? It ends in the pocket of the governors. If I appoint a caretaker committee and I give you 10 million naira, you go and celebrate with your wives. You understand? So if I'm collecting 400 million and I give you 10 million, you don't jump now. But imagine what these governors are doing to us as a people. The question is, what effect will it have on the state? In fact, every local government can have an impact. They can touch people's life. That's why they were established in the first place, and that's why they are there. But if you now choose, because you want to keep the money in your pocket and refuse to conduct local government elections, in fact, these people should be sanctioned. In fact, the reason I'm setting up a legal firm in Nigeria is so that I can take this kind of issue to court. Who are you as a governor? Is there no time limit for governors to make sure that they conduct elections at local government levels? If so, what are you waiting for? A day that passed, a court paper will come to you. That's one I'm thinking. People telling people like Fallon that please, we want these kind of issues to be addressed, not tomorrow, now. It is unconstitutional, it is illegal for you to run a state without an elected local government officials. And you ask yourself, why are they doing it? They want to make money. Again, I'm going to blame us again. We're waiting for God to come and solve this problem for us. God is saying, look at it, deal with it. Deal with it, my people. God is not coming to solve this problem. So I hope you put that on the burner because I'm coming to that. In fact, it's like I have a personal issue now with our governors. Because of what is happening in my state, what governors, poor governors have done to Delta State, is enough for a man like me to be angry. From the time of Iboriti now, the amount of money that gone into Delta State, we should be looking like Dubai. Instead, they celebrate somebody that parks sand on the road in the 21st century, infrastructure governance. And I don't know, when Iboriwori will conduct elections, I'm here, I go talk my own. This my lips is big, my mouth big, so I go take and talk. I'm not like you guys. And the small one they talk, they bite you small for body. The advice I gave to Fubara, if you fall out, we came for day in bedroom since. There's a way, sometimes the best defense to an issue is attack. Fubara, I think you are waking up. But I want to let me ring it this morning again. The best defense sometimes is attack. And I hope you guys get the message. But anyway, Charity is back. Charity, we were going to look
Yeah,
at...
sorry, we're having a bit of network problem.
That's fine. So I was asking, do you people have godfathers in your new elections? Do you know your candidate? Do you have godfathers because you're on the ground? If you have godfathers and you pretend about it, not saying that God won't do move, now which are the talk. Be sincere with me.
Chris,
Do you know any... Go on. Charity, they don't want you to contribute to on this issue. I decided to leave the Oba own and the Obaseki own. Oba Obaseki. But we will talk about this one now. All the networks just say, anytime we reach that one, Bini go strike me with one network wahala. Anytime we want to Bini go strike the network down. Now wow, when I get power, heartbeat of the nation. Igwe, we can give you a chance. Are you there, Charity? Even the Charity is not there. I know what is going on. All right, Princess, it's me and you. Let's go. All right, let's focus on yes.
Candidates, and we've been
okay.
We'll go through some of the papers quickly, and depending when we have their network restored.
Yeah, Princess, but I think we should. I think we just why don't we just finish this Vanguard? Yes, please. If we can be there.
So we have some stories here coming from the Vanguard, and the main headline here says Tinubu 1 year on, hope deferred, not renewed. Special report on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Dr. Maduka Onyishi, true story of grass to grace. Once a bus conductor, commercial bus driver, carpenter, painter, now a billionaire into transportation, education, banking, auto assembly, insurance, etc. And that story, it's on page 15 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says judicial misconduct. NJC set up panel to probe 35 petitions against 8 judges on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Fury versus Uskai. Mike Tyson, Lonas Lewis, Wider, Joshua speak on the big fight tonight. That story is on page 16 and 17 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says health. New blood test may detect 19 cancers 7 years before symptoms show on
Wow,
page 21 of the Vanguard newspaper. That is a very interesting news this
that's a
morning.
good one. It's a good
And
one.
then we have a story here that says police detain doctor, 3 nurses, ward attendant over missing placenta. That story is on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. There's a story here that says police killing me after serving them for 35 years on page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. And then we have undemocratic local governments. 19 states run 433 councils with caretaker committee. And there's a breakdown there. We have Northeast emerges best with 37 of 112 local governments under democracy. We have Northwest emerges worst with 115 of 186 local governments affected. And then we have the Southeast follows with 82 of 95 council hits. These are some of the stories we have coming from the Vanguard this morning.
But
And there's a
business,
very interesting story here, health, because we talk about something that is taking our young ones, our old people, taking lives, and it's something that everybody, when you hear cancer, people just, give up already. And then if there's anything like a blood test that will detect not just one, not even, detect 19 cancers 7 years before the symptom, I think that is a very good thing. I tell you a story. The other day I was at the hospital, and I was referred to do a test, a lot of tests anyway, not just one. And one of them, the nurse was, I was actually very curious and I was asking the nurse, but I feel okay now. So why am I doing this particular test? And she told me that we're trying to detect something just in case there are symptoms or you will have it later. And I was quite impressed. And so it's a similar thing I'm seeing here that the cancer is something that if you hear it, whether for a child, elderly person, people just become so terrified.
is
And
dead
so if there's
already.
something like
That's the
this,
truth.
yes,
It's a death sentence. Yeah, and it kills you faster than even the disease itself. Hearing it, and that is the trauma of cancer. And and again, that's why I said Nigerians, we are cheating the rest of the world with the amount of talent we have. We don't go into research. We don't go into research. There is nothing wrong if Nigeria will be the first to detect things like this, and we use it to make money. You understand? Then the rest of the world begin to divert, will begin to come towards us. We are the biggest black nation on earth. We cannot always be waiting to be spoon fed. We cannot sit down and allow things to happen. And that is question you ask Tinubu government if you have research institute at all. Mary, you're welcome back. I'm happy to have you back. I hope we can hear you loud now.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, and that is the kind of things we're praying that, I know we have the capability to do so. And because, like I said before, if you go to hospitals here in the UK at the moment, Nigerians are now on top of the game. And I know our children will going to continue to reign because gone are the days when black people didn't have a place in UK. In the next, I predicting that in the next 10 years, our presence in the parliament, in the UK parliament will be it will be obvious because we're not sleeping. We're here and we're here to stay. And I hope we'll be taking some of these things and take it as a lesson back home. Like I always say to people, those of you in the UK studying, these are the things why any government will spend money on you to come and study abroad. Stealing. It's a part of technology development. You see a good thing, you copy it, you take it home. If they call it stealing, so be it. You don't need copyright to do that because there cannot be copyright when it comes to moral issues. Anyway, we're going to talk about that as we move on. But sometimes something interests me here on women, and I know you are ladies here. Look at these two women. This is not.
I was going to ask Mary about that. That is from the AMVCA
I
award
know
that
Mary
took
did a
place
show
last
on that.
Saturday.
Yes, she did a
And
show.
I was going to ask Mary who the best dresser was from that event. Like I said on Monday here on our show, they did very well. Both gender, they all came prepared for that show. And I saw Venenta. Is it Venenta or Abofure
Anita
too?
Akokore and her brother Neil. I think they presented the, I think Urobo or Delta parts, the
I think
culture.
they represented the Shekiri, something like that. Yeah, traditional attires.
Yeah.
All right, they are so close to Robo, so don't worry about that. We are the same.
And
But
yes,
you know,
and we can see Juliet Ibrahim and Toke Makinwa here. They
you know
actually
what?
look so gorgeous and
Exactly. No,
amazing.
the Makiwa have issues with address, but this one is Julia Abraham fighting for APC because that looks like a broom. Is in my eye.
It's
Anyway, that
fashion, sir. Daddy
no,
Chris, it's
no,
fashion.
yes, ma. I withdraw my statement. Withdrawn. And then what happened to the other woman? We can only see the breast, a little bit of the breast, and we can't see her face. The thing is covering the face. May God save us. Eh? And it is okay.
Anyway, it's fashion. We keep one thing that has to do with this AMVC award, is every year we keep seeing different stars, different, fashion sense. It's something that that is peculiar to that award.
It's beautiful. It's
It's
beautiful.
it's
It's
a
beautiful.
way of showing the who and who,
It's a
and of
fashion
course
day. It's a fashion day for the fashion designer to exhibit their talents.
I
You
think
know,
Vicky
I love
James
it.
actually trended because she styled Uche Montana, she styled Toke Makinwa, and
who
also
did Vicky
Vicky
James.
James, the popular fashion designer. She was the one that styled Toke Makinwa, the one with the round stuff on her chest. Then Uche Montana, I think one other lady too that she styled also, and she got people talking about how good she was. And also, okay, Osasi Godalo, she styled Osasi Godalo. And if you watch, you see that Godalo's outfit was so beautiful. Like, I don't really know if you want to really say, okay, who emerged the winner this year. I don't really know why they actually didn't come out with the main winner for this year. Just online people debating and saying, okay, there's also this Ghanaian actress, Nana, something, something that actually came out with the white outfit. So a lot
But
of people,
anyway, I think I loved Liquor Rose outfit. There's something unique about it.
but the one that got people talking is this Toke Makinwa and Osasi Godalo. Hers is very beautiful. And
I've
Uchi
seen Osa's own. I
also,
don't see anything thrilling like
people
what we
love
saw
that.
her wore last year or the other year. It wasn't as beautiful as
And the
that.
Ghanaian actress as well, the Nana of a lady that was putting on something white or true. I think a lot of people they were talking about her outfit as well. So what I'm trying to say is like Vicky James, to me, I feel like she's actually a good fashion designer because with the style she came up with, it's actually trended and a lot of people commended her job and they were like, maybe the Nigerian celebrities will start competing with international celebrities. You understand? Because
There's
they're
nothing.
actually doing well in the
There's
fashion
not
world.
like competing. We are there already.
Yeah, they say they are creative and they are doing
Nigerian
well.
celebrities are now on top of their games. Why you
So
test a celebrity is when you go on social media and you see the number of followers they have. Don't be
yes,
surprised that Genevieve will have more followers than most of the celebrities you're talking about in the US. That is the power of the social media. That is why people like Burna Boy can now close stadiums because of the social media. You understand? So
yes.
we are there. Don't no, there's nothing to look down about. But the question is, do they have the confidence? Maybe with time. You understand? It's a gradual process. We are
But they are
coming.
trying. As regards fashion, I think they are doing well. Yes, in the fashion
Not
world.
just
No,
Vicky James, we
Nigeria,
have other people serve in the industry that are actually doing exploits. We have the likes of what's that AY's brother, Yomi Kajwa. We
Yeah.
have Providence, other people that are actually doing amazing work. They're actually trying. When we talk about, I just want to say, so it's one noting here that the fashion industry, the music and the movie industry, I think they are selling not more than any other sector in Nigeria. That is a
No,
fact, and
Mary,
Entertainment.
princess, that is even the wrong statement. Do you know that fashion makes more money for Nigeria than music and movies put together? The foreign exchange the Nigerian fashion is bringing to Nigerian GDP is more than what music and film put them together. You know, oh, we think that Burna Boy is making a lot of money. Fashion is making more money than the whole of Nollywood and the music industry. That's how powerful they are. So they are here to stay. So I'm not surprised to see this kind of attires. But I wish I want to see more, you know, because I'm an African man and I'm too African these days. I want to see more of them
no,
showcasing.
no, we saw somebody like Veneta and Abofure that actually came out with their very gorgeous
Like,
traditional attires,
You
and they
know what I
actually
was
won
missing,
a
Mary?
prize.
You know what?
They won
No,
a,
princess.
they actually won a prize as well, and we
Yeah,
saw ROMD as well that came out with a robo attire. He was looking gorgeous. He was looking
yes.
amazing.
You know,
So
at this point, you know what I was missing? I was looking for a dress that would represent the three tribes of Nigeria. That was what I
but
was looking for.
we
but it's
saw them. We saw them, Daddy Chris. We saw them
No, I mean
actually.
only one designer coming up with something that represents it. You know, it's a time to fuse things now. It's a time of fusion. You understand? What I was looking for is when you look at the dress, is this Yoruba? Is this Igbo? Is this Hausa? You understand? I was
yeah,
looking for that creativity, that madness. You understand? Because if you see what the young designers in UK are doing, they're using our African fabric to make suits.
hmm.
You understand? And done in a different way. So if you see the color of the African color on a well designed suit, princess is working. You understand? So that kind of creativity is what there is a fusion of their culture, the African culture and the Western culture. So I was just saying that I was just looking forward to that. I'm not saying it must be done. I was looking forward to that.
Anyway, they actually all did well, and we applaud them. We hope to see more next year. And there's a story here that says police detained doctor, three nurses were attended over missing placenta. It's disturbing.
They
We
see the
know
tip
that.
placenta. I don't understand. Thank God, say
Yeah,
no
yeah,
people.
That's
yes, Daddy Chris.
they're
Yes,
making
Daddy
a lot of
Chris.
money.
I know that there was a time it
A
was
lot of money.
trending in Edo Delta where they say some set of group they call Yahoo used to come and buy it. I don't know but then I spoke to a nurse who actually, said rebuffing that is not true, even though it's happening in some of the hospital, not every hospital. That was the word she actually used. And then it's quite disturbing, to know that something happened within, especially when these people are around the person and they cannot explain what happened. That is the worry. That means a child can also get missing without nobody, having idea what actually happened. So it's disturbing.
Princess, I am way older than two of you here. And I want no, and I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this. You understand? If they put two of your age together is not up to mine. And I
No, sir,
you
it is my mother. No, is it
wait
that? Is
now.
it that they are
Let,
talking to you?
give me that
Mother.
benefit. Give me that benefit of that. But what I'm worried about is that you people still believe what I cannot comprehend. That somebody that we can take a placenta of a baby and turn it to money, or how your boy is going to use it. You see, parents, is it not the same thing as the pastor using our head? Where no, you don't say
So
when I
what?
was
Okay,
growing up,
okay, Daddy Chris. So, okay, okay. I agree.
I will
So what
not
do you
take too
think
much
they're
of
using
this.
it
So
for? Daddy Chris,
I
what
will,
are they using it for?
I don't know.
So
I
why do
don't
not
know.
carry? Why they not stealing it?
I
If
don't
it's
know.
not,
But
if
no,
they're
but
not
the thing
using
is
it.
that we believe so many things, that I'm confused, in those days, there's one man that was having this Volkswagen vehicle in his mud house. And we say, that man, say that man, he went with the grow up. We say, the man, he get to see go. That is, they pour money. He said, if you enter a bedroom, say the thing, they pour money out. A poor man, that man, in the village. You get us, you go. You understand? Are we paranoid? Are we? I don't know. Maybe it's me that is paranoid. Let me keep quiet. Because some of the things we believe, it's not in line with the Bible. It's not in line with what Jesus Christ did. It's not in line with the gospel. It's not in line with even what our African tradition is talking about. We create miracles. Nigeria believe in those things.
Anyway, we could go on and on, but
Go, I'm quiet. I'll keep quiet.
even before now that the Christ, they were tradition. We know that before the advent of Christianity, they were tradition, where bloods were made, sacrifices here and there for one purpose or the other. So we're not going to go into that topic today. It's
Amen.
quite
Amen.
a very deep one and
Yes.
elaborate as well. I
Yes.
want us to quickly go to the next newspaper, of course, too, so we can take few more papers before we wrap up the show. Today is supposed to actually be 1 hour the show, and there's this Mary, can you take the Daily Trust? There's a very interesting story there. I want us to look at.
Okay, the Daily Trust, the big headline says, inside story of declining trade, rising poverty, banditry along Niger border. And you can find that story on page
Nigeria
4.
Niger border. That's a very big one. So they're
Okay,
saying there's an inside declining trade, rising poverty, banditry along the Nigerian Niger border. That's a big story. It's a big one. All right.
okay, you can find that story on page 4, 5, 6, and 14 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And we have another story that says, acting, not a profession for the weak. This is coming from Z1, and that's on page 1 of the Daily Trust newspaper. We have another story that says, Shetima, Abdul Salami, governors, others are present as General Gabal Duba buried in Abuja. And you can find that story on page 3 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And here there's a story that says, heat waves kills 200 in Adamawa in 2 weeks.
Can you
Um,
can you imagine?
Death toll worst in decades. What hard? We are handling the situation. Head of epidemiology, and that story is on page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And we have another story that says 2027 PDP members will not decide my fate. This is coming from article, and that story is on page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Here is a story that says Niger mass Niger mass wedding. Ulama Muslim lawyer condemn women minister. And that story is on page 28 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Kano hosts ECOWAS Parliament second extraordinary session. And you can find that story on page 3 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Daily Trust. And you can see the pictures also on the papers.
And that is yes, that picture is the border picture.
Okay.
That's the main story there. The inside story of declining trade, rising poverty, banditry along Niger border. You can see that. We know that Niger, they uses a lot, and part of the north they uses a lot of camels, so you can
Yeah.
see where they trade and all that. It's quite I don't know. And then we have I have apart from the main headline that maybe that Chris will talk us through. There's a story here that says heat waves kill 200 in Adamawa in 2 weeks. I remember then in Abuja when there's a name for it, where we're actually giving vaccine were vaccinated, so that we don't because that period the heat was so much, and if you don't take that injection, something might happen to you. And then we entered line and we actually took the injection. So I didn't know that we still had the same we are still having it, and it's quite disturbing to know that now a lot of people, 200 is quite a number, dying within 2 weeks, and we're still having the issue at hand. And then there's a story, the mass wedding story of Muslim lawyers condemning the women minister. So
I
what
know now.
what,
And then they'll
what
condemn
is
her.
the issue as well? So they want this man to actually marry the 100 orphans.
And when he's done, another people will come and do the same thing. That's what it is. They feel like it's the right thing to do.
Akwetu.
It's disturbing.
It is. It is.
The fact that lawyers
He
will have to
should be
come
in
and
prison.
condemn the woman
That guy
minister.
should be in prison. In fact, it's against the Nigerian law. They're going to argue that it's the Sharia law or whatever law of the state or the custom and tradition of the people. Then it should not be heard. We shouldn't be hearing it. We're Nigerians. And the Nigerian state does not allow you to marry more than one wife. Now you need to go and defend yourself. We will first arrest the so-called culprit, and then he will go and defend
People
himself
their own law
in
said
the
you should
court.
not marry more than four. Let's say okay, they're marrying more than one, two,
No,
three, but they
you
should
see,
not marry more than
No,
four.
even their this is say four, fine. If it's the four, then
Yes,
it's allowed.
no.
100 is too
In fact,
much. That's
in,
what
She's
in
telling
Nigeria,
us she wants to marry,
Mary,
and these girls, let's not
Mary,
forget the fact that they are orphans.
Oh
And so
my
you want
God.
to forcefully take them in and telling us that you have paid money, their dowry through the community chiefs and king.
you know what? You know what I would have loved to see is get this man arrested, let him go and defend himself that it is his culture that allow him to marry that. But first, he
I
should be
think you'll
arrested.
be surprised that there are a lot of people backing this man up. There are a lot of people backing him up.
No,
That's
no, no. You see, Nigeria, you see the problem, man. Maybe I know that the Chris is coming up with something. You hear me? I have set up an organization at the moment that will take people like this to court. I won't be waiting for the government. I will look for the areas of the law, and before you know, he's already arrested. We'll be
that's
standing for them, and then let him defend himself that it is his culture that allow him. Then we'll be telling him that the Nigerian state does not recognize your culture when it comes to abuse of human rights.
yes.
This is an abuse of human rights, and lawyers should step in here. This is not a matter. You come. You see, there are certain things you study in law. There's difference between the law and equity. In something like this, equity prevails. Equity means your conscience, your moral. You understand? In things like this, equity prevails. Does equity allows you, as a human being, to take 200 women in this time? Come on, we don't have that conscience. If our
This is
conscience cannot take it, then it should be in prison. We're not
yes.
talking about law. There are two different kind of laws, and we will be discussing that as we move on. So I mean, I want them, the Nigerian state, to understand what I'm saying. Equity is different from the constitution. Sometimes the constitution says this, equity will say no. And when when there's a conflict of equity and common law, what happens is equity will prevail. Does the Nigerian equity state, as a state that believe in equity, do we agree that a man should take 100 orphans who cannot defend themselves as wives, having paid to social person? That is the case in court, and it should be in court immediately. It should be in court immediately.
And that is what the Minister of Women Affairs she has done. Immediately, she took the man to court, and
Good.
the man had to halt the plans of the wedding, even though
Good.
he's insisted that he had already paid the bread price and made so much payment via chiefs, community, local government chairman. To start with, I don't know since when we had to start paying, bread price to kings that have serious issues to deal with in a community. Then the chiefs and of course the local government chairman that they are not taking.
So if they are orphans, does it mean that they don't have any
They don't
relative
have families.
no families? And I wonder why the Muslim lawyers will be condemning the women minister. Like I don't understand.
No, because I think we want to see more of that detail. That story.
This has nothing to do with Islam. They should keep it. It's sometimes we bring in our condition, our own unbelievable tradition into the religion, and then we begin to blame the poor religion. Where does Islam? Islam says 4 wives. Understand? Which is still debatable because they put a clause: you should love them equally. Those of you that said it's okay, they say you should love them equally. Have you loved them equally? Because only God will judge you now. By that time will come. But this man, I'm happy he's in court, and the civil society should be backing the minister for once. You understand? And make sure this man goes to prison. He should first, he should resign, or he should be impeached immediately. Let him go out and begin to look for money to marry those women, because it's our money that is not using. Oh God.
Yes, and maybe he feels he now has money, so he can do anything he wants. And once he succeeds, another person will come up with the same strategy. Because you can't only take care of 100 women. Huh.
Maybe who go fit take care of one? We fit take care of one of them now. We'll take care of 100. No, okay. That guy is an idiot anyway. No one, let's do one thing, because I think I want to stay
This
here.
story, yes, Daddy Chris, I want you to talk us through this story. Nigerian borders, what are the issues? Nigeria is so vulnerable that people walk in, walk out, and the rate of insecurity boils down to the fact that most of these bandits, they just walk into the country, they come through the borders. It's so open, free access.
I'm not an advocate of African borders. You understand? I don't even believe in Niger and Niger states. On a good day, if you ask me, I believe in one Africa. I believe we should have a country called the United States of Africa, where there is no border. So these kind of issues are issues that will come to me. I'll say to myself, what are these people doing? Do you understand? We should be looking at the problem the problem of Africa can only be solved from a holistic point of view, not this one, Nigeria, Niger. Where's the border? What's the difference? These are one people that were drawn. It was the British and one French that drew that map and said, you people are Nigeria, you are Niger. The question is, what policy are we going to do that will be beneficial for the people of Nigeria and Niger? Not borders. We don't need border. You know, that whatever affects them in Niger will affect us. We are one people. We need to come up with one. You see, if I'm in the president of Africa today, if I'm the president of Nigeria, there will be no Benin Republic. They will come and kill me. But I will tell them, you are not a country. There should be no Togo. You understand? Because this country are waste of space. They are only creating division in Africa.
But Daddy Chris, we have a lot of people, a lot of Benin Republic people in Nigeria here. I hope you know.
Yes, they are free to stay. It's our own.
The same thing in Nigeria. The people selling water on truck here in Nigeria, they're the Niger people. Most of them are Niger people.
Good. So, and you know what? Princess, we were talking on issue yesterday, and you find that these Niger people might actually be more trustworthy than some of us. I'm sorry.
How?
But hey, how many people they employ? If I won't get us now, I got the gate now with the get now from Niger. We say now, some of them are coming from Niger. So the good and the bad is what we put together. My friend was telling me the security man, that the armed robber came, that it was the Niger man. He called him Hausa man. The man is Niger. That stood. The truth is the man that is crossing border in Niger your problem. Let's talk about the political serene. We need, oh God. Princess, I cannot tell Africa a better story than to look back to what Europe looked like before EU. Before the European Union, their money was like rubbish. The highest money in Europe was the Deutschmark, which is the German money, way lower than the US dollars. They came together and they now formed the European Union, and they come up with one currency, the euro. Euro is now higher than the US dollars. If Africa will come together, not this rubbish they're showing me now, and have one currency called Afro or whatever you call it, and we have a United States for Africa with one military, our children will not be crossing the border to go and disgrace themselves as they're doing it through the Mediterranean Sea. We will have a strong currency and an economy that is good for us. This rubbish, this story reported today is not one of me. I'm sorry, Princess. This is not where I come in. You understand? I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. In fact, I'm more angry with somebody like Atiko, the story under. Not looking at the heat wave in his community. He's talking of 2027. That is the story I want us to come back to after the break. If you want me, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we take a look at Atiko, looking at 2027 already. Is Atiko, in fact, Nigerians, we need to stay on with Atiko one bit. My own take is there is difference between being in government or being in power and being a leader. Is Atiko a leader, or is just somebody that's looking for power to abuse us, just like the way the guy is trying to marry 10 wives now? Don't go away. We'll be right back after this break.
Ooh la la, the second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Welcome back, people. This is wake up. This is the wow. We're on the weekly bulletin. Weekly bulletin. Wake up. Sometimes it comes in my mouth. That's the way I used to. I'm used to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Now I still wake up, see the same show, but with another name. It's weekend, so we call it weekly bulletin. And one interesting paper we're looking at really is the Daily Trust, and I really love. And Nigerian papers are impressing me today. I'm impressed today, very much impressed with the report from the papers. They are really, really doing the job now. And this is the level of journalism we'll be expecting from the Nigerian papers. Especially some of them, like I said, the inside story of declining trade, poverty, and this. For me, as an African, this is cheap. Nigeria should not be even be having borders with our neighbors, and I believe in it. All right. Anyway, but let's take a look at Article 2027. Have you known this man called Atiku, Princess? Anytime he finish election, he will go to Dubai. He doesn't stay in Nigeria, he stays in Dubai. All his wives are in Dubai. I know he has 4 wives. He managed to put one Igbo join him because he know he want to run for president. So Atiku is seen to be a liberal man by marrying one. Why are you to tell Robo say when I leave him and stop talking? Atiku has left office.
Just yesterday, we talked about youth inclusiveness. We talked about, these people holding on to power. Imagine now, we are not even there. This man is already gearing up for 2027. He's already telling us that PDP will not decide his fate.
Yes, so he's ready to decamp again. He might leave PDP and go.
Meaning the underground work is already ongoing.
Exactly.
I no wonder they've been meeting with Obi and the rest, and then Sarki and all that people. And you can see now that they're already strategizing on how
Princess
will come into power.
If Atiku combine with Obi and
Saraki
and all these people to fight Tinubu in 2027, Tinubu will win. You know what? Personally, I'll vote Tinubu. And I'll predict Tinubu will win. You know why?
They've
already stained themselves already.
But because of the selfishness of Atiku and some other people, who will want to be the president, who will want to be the vice, and who will want to be another president?
That is not even the issue. By the time they agree and they put themselves, the question I will ask myself is...
They will not agree, and that is the problem.
Thank God. No, in fact, it's not a problem. It's good for us. Because these people, that's how we know what interest they have in mind. Are they doing it for us or because they just want to get to power? I said it again and here, and I've brought Peter Obi to this report. And I'm telling him, Peter, you could have been a president now. You don't need to be in power to be a president. When must you wait for getting to power to be a president of Nigeria? You can start to govern us now. What Atiku wins the election, he goes on exile. He comes back from exile and he's back and he's going to tell us, oh, I'm going to be... What makes you better than any other person? What leadership have you shown in your years, as other than the time you stole money as vice president, that makes you think you are the right person to be the president of Nigeria? I don't understand this. I'm sorry, that's not that decrease. You're not going to win. If you like, combine, do all the political analysis together. Tinubu, thank God, Tinubu is another difficult man. He go take money, buy all of our people. You understand? Tinubu will buy them. And in that case, I'll be staying with Tinubu. Because I'll be between the devil and the deep blue sea. Tinubu and Atiku. Who won't go with Atiku? The country will go down the drain. What is Atiku going to give us? If Atiku wants to have something to give to us, he would have done it now. And I'm even saying to Peter, if you don't change now, with that, what your interest was, if your interest was to work for the people, you can work for the people without being in power. You can do it. And you may not be able to achieve all, but you can. I always talk about a simple NGO, a simple movement. Look at the Obedient movement. The young people are now left astray, Peter. They need leadership. People, I want to say this on this show today. Peter, the Obedient movement need leadership. They're not getting it from you right now. You want Atiku be your best friend. When Obedient is waiting for you to work with, you're going to Atiku. What a misplaced priority. Where are we? For the first time, I'm going to be on against Peter. Because he cannot do that. So don't mention Atiku at all. No, Atiku, no. Atiku, your people are dying. They look at the heat wave in your land. At least go there and show leadership. Princess, see what I'm saying? Go there, show concern. Not for camera. Your people are, it's a state, Adamawa State. Atiko should be there now. Not to come and tell us, Peter, when you wanted to win election, you went into the water. All right? You took risk. Now you know if you take risk, go talk about the education in the north. You cannot take a risk to come and solve some of the issues we have.
It's
What are you
sad,
talking about?
I'm even more sad that I don't know the collaboration Peter will want to have with Atiku. That is where it's more
They don't want to
confusing.
sing Peter. They want to sing Peter. You know, but Peter, you are blessed by Jesus. Let's believe it. You understand? That you come out of
Anyway, we see how that unfold. We keep seeing more of these meetings, more of this meeting up and all that. And we move quickly to the next newspaper we have. That will be the Guardian. Yes, and the major story here on the Guardian says market women and people's paradise growing over multiple taxes infection. And the writer says with estimated 19,400 traders, state and non-state actors profit 4.7 billion naira annually. If you don't pay, they snatch and destroy your goods. Now, this story is on page 18 and 19 of the Guardian newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says women's unique perspectives, experiences enable support, well-being of our families. And that story is on the left top of the Guardian newspaper. We also have a story here that says with incessant jailbreaks, national security under threat. That story is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says Tinubu's agenda repositioning Nigeria as global investment hub, Shetima declares. That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. As well, there's a story here that says lawmakers, stakeholders, the cry, fruitless 2.9 trillion naira subsidy on electricity. And that story is on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says court refuses to grant Binance executive Ting Tingran Gambaria bail. And that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says Labour kicks against FG's plan to borrow pension funds for infrastructural development on page 3 of the Guardian paper. That will be all from the Guardian. But the last story here is quite interesting. Labour kicks against FG's plan to borrow pension funds for infrastructural development.
Amen. You hear that? You understand? Now Labour is working. I have something. I'm gonna buy you guys wristwatches. Don't worry. They go. My money go soon come. I go buy all the Labour guys. Correct one. No, that one they take camera. So when I go meeting, I take and they film them so that you can disgrace some of these people. I'm gonna get you guys a gift. No, Labour is not doing what they're supposed to do. You understand? Because you say, Princess, when we borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow and we cannot pay, IMF will be telling us how much our currency should be selling at the international market. They'll be telling us what to do because a debtor is a slave.
That's true.
A debtor is a slave. Why will you continue to borrow and not that we are investing it to even make money? We are borrowing to pay pension fund.
Pension fund, you can imagine.
Our children in debt. That's why I said I want to put you very close to the camera. So whatever you say, the people can see your face well with this your beret. Because this is me and you today, war on this. You understand? A country like us is going in trouble. We are going down the drain. And it's the attitude of this government, not understanding the meaning of borrowing. Borrowing is a good thing. Tinubu government can borrow money. I want you to borrow money, sir. But borrow money and give to your state governor and give them a task. Produce this or else you are not getting more money. Don't give them the money. Give them in bonds. You know, I want federal government to even pretend that there's no money. But we're going to borrow money.
I don't understand the government. Now, tie that story to the main story here that says market women growing in people's paradise. Market women in people's paradise growing over multiple taxes. Now, you go to the market, you tax these women. Most of them, you don't even know whether they sold. Some of them, funny enough, when you go to markets in Nigeria. Some of them, they don't have shop. They are along the road.
Yes, along the road. That's what.
They sit, and then you tax them so much. They buy so much tickets, sometimes in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And then if they don't have money, apparently they've not made sales, and they tell you, I have not sold today. The next thing, you start destroying their goods. It doesn't make sense.
That's exactly what I said to them. Those of us that say the government is doing the right thing, breaking houses. Human beings are very funny. Princess, I was in a dream. Or maybe I was not in a dream. I was just saying to myself, how come that human being is ready to kill for a piece of land eh, in a place when there's land everywhere in the world? God is going to be looking at us and look at how stupid we are. He said, look at the whole vast of land I have for these people. And they're killing themselves over a small piece of land because of the way they find themselves. That's how stupid we are. You understand? There's so much for us, but we kill ourselves for nothing. And I wonder how God think, what kind of species are these? I don't know how you managed to create us. God, did you create these people in your image and likeness? That's what I ask God every day. Did you create us Nigerians in your image and likeness? Are you sure that is true? Because if somebody created your image and likeness, we will not be killing each other over a piece of land which is everywhere. If the government want to destroy land, the people have occupied this land, they turn the place into something that we don't want. Can they, is there no other place to build roads? Is there no new city to be developed? If the federal government, if the part we are now has been bastardized, the state government can choose to construct roads and begin to create new cities. The land in every state is so much. Why destroying the ones that have already been built? And that is exactly answer the question you're talking about now. Poor people that are that are struggling, you're thinking of how to destroy them. But there's so much space. Encourage them to do more. Princess, what I don't understand is how the government of our country can borrow money to pay pension. That's borrowing Peter to pay Paul. The debt still remain. But suppose I borrow this money and say, you state governor, go and produce this. I want to get a result. You, this Niger state, I have all this big land that you are wasting. I want Niger state to farm. This is your paycheck. This is your check. It's not coming to you in cash, because we know say if you give you in cash, your speaker go marry 10 wives or 100 wives at once. Is it not Niger state that the speaker is coming from? That they paid somebody. Is it not from Niger state? So we know the story already. We will not give you the money, but this money is there for you. Produce, you cultivate the land. Would that be so bad?
Do you know, Daddy Chris, why I'm smiling is that there's a story here in one of the dailies, but I'm not sure we have it there. Saturday Telegraph.
Okay, it's not there.
The headline here says that is coming from the Labour Party. They say Peter Obi's pally with Atiku, all that's necessary to rescue Nigeria. Says
Amen.
it is not ruling out alliance with other parties. Now, we can see that the party itself, the Labour Party, does not have issues, having alliance with other people, including Atiku, of course, if that's the only way they can rescue Nigeria. And then also,
like you already said, who will be the president? Atiku will be the president.
Yes, and Peter will not be the vice president, maybe.
Wow, not a joke. Not a joke. Not a joke.
And then there's a story here that say Wike left 50 billion naira road contract debt. That is coming from Fubara. Paid contractors only 6 billion out of 21 billion. And now I was seeing that Fubara is gradually, coming up. Fubara is actually,
I said the best defense is attack. You say, Fubara, you are my man. You be your man. Come on. The best defense is what? An attack. If somebody they beat you, that's why we did small for school. You get one guy when they torment me. If he talk, I go don't fall for ground. Before he say anything, I don't fall. One day I someone called it. You understand? I hit the guy. If you see, if I won't hit him, he was down. You understand? From that day, let me call the tormentor. If you miss out, you do like this. You understand? You see, sometimes you have to brace up Fubara. If you not do this one before, Allah for disown you as an Ijoman. But thank you.
I'm quite happy that Fubara is coming up. That gradually we'll see more issues as regarding
One leak Wike Yash.
Yes,
Open the eyes.
we'll not begin to see all the old debt, all the old cockroaches in their cupboard in River State will begin to unfold
Princess, oh.
all the
Yeah,
can of
how
worms.
much was Wike paid that they have money to run for president? That is enough to put that man in prison long ago. You see, Atiko, before you go think of being president, you will go bring Okowa back. Okowa, they drop you. You understand? Because this alliance now with Peter Obi, you don't die. What they are going to do Okowa when they dump him? Now me go hold this in Yash. Your daughter they House of Assembly now because you are powerful. A time will come, we go break this bond, man. We got to free the state from these people. You understand? Ibori not ever free Ogara from his daughter. You understand? If you give us the right person, we understand. These same people, they will come and impose and continue to impose on us. You understand? And you think that the Christ not give a damn. I know when I talk, they hate me dead to death, princess. They wish I don't exist. But that's why I'm made. Everybody's have a destiny to fulfill. I'm fulfilling mine. Put up your sound, princess.
Do you have the nation with you there?
No, I don't. They didn't give me that much today. But
Because
that
on
was
the
the best.
nation, on the nation newspaper, there's a story here, a very disturbing one that says, we are ripe for marriage, says would be Niger mass wedding brides.
What do they know? You know, you see, you asked a question today. You sent me a message this morning, Princess. You asked, as a child that is under 10 years old, do they have the capability to commit a crime? The answer is no. All right? There's a particular age. A child is not recognized. You are a child. You are not an adult. So your decision is invalid. We make decisions for you. Because if you turn out to be a nuisance tomorrow, you'll be a nuisance on the society, not on yourself. That's why the society must take this seriously, not listening to these kids. What do they know? You understand? Who are you to be right for marriage? You get breast and marriage. You know what they call marriage? You know, do you think to get breast and begin to get, so their discussion it's invalid here. The state must step in and do the needful. You see, sometimes, Princess, I say it, I use UK as an example. If my children are not in school, they come and arrest me and put me in prison. Why? Because if my children start to kill people tomorrow, they will not kill me. They will kill people outside. So now that I'm constituting a nuisance society, the government is dealing with me now, and I support them. The Nigerian government should deal with the kids now. Put this bagger that is trying to marry 100, because there's no way you're going to take care of 100 wives. You can't even sleep with them. You're only going to constitute nuisance. Even to sleep with them, you cannot. You can't sleep with one wife and satisfy them. You want to satisfy 100? Who born you?
So,
Wow.
what I'm trying to do is actually, because sometimes when we talk with facts. I've sent you that. I've sent you that the nation's newspapers will wrap up the show, but I just if there's a way we can flash that, that would be amazing. For people to see, because their pictures are there. You can see that they are quite young. I'm not sure some of these girls should be less than 15. And we've seen that is another thing as well. One would say they use society, tradition, religion to brainwash people. I think this is an example of it. There is no how these children that are supposed to be in school, that are supposed to be, promising young girls. We have future medical doctors, nurses, mothers, housewives, and of course, we have engineers here, we have pilots here, we have all kind of people here, and they already, agreeing to this. Maybe they would have been brainwashed, they would have been threatened as well. Who knows? Coming out to say they are ready. This is something they want. How can you want this for yourself at this age? 100, not even 10, not 20. Where will you
Princess.
people stay? Do you have a community where,
Yes.
that
Let me give
these
chance to
these
this
are the
paper. Yeah.
girls there? Mm-hmm.
Take a position so that we can see the paper together, Princess. All right.
Okay, so
In fact,
these are the position.
you're going away, Mama. Come on, let's see you. Yeah, can you see yourself? All right. I wonder. Yes, thank you. That's what I want you to do. Yes.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go, but I'm thinking I
Yeah,
was at
perfect.
the
Now this is perfect. Now we can
okay.
work like this. Yeah. So what I'm saying is this. This is the only way we can take a look at this paper critically. You understand? And thank God. See, this one, these young women, they don't have rights yet. You look at their
Look
ages.
at, if you look at the first one there on the Leila hijab, you can see I'm sure she's not even up to 16.
You know, princess, but I can see be 16. These are 10, 12 years old children. With the chicken they eat these days, these are 10, 12 years old. And if you marry these kids out, what's going to be their future? That guy is going to die very soon. So he won't be there. I'm telling you, I'm sure that guy must be 50 something years old. So how long is he going to be alive? Especially he's now taking 100 women. He's going to die very quick because one, to sleep with them alone is a problem. To feed them alone, we women give you one problem. The other one give another one. Make it go ass up when you get plenty wives. You understand? So you're going to die soon. And you're living this trouble for society. He should be in prison. No, the man should be arrested. And I said it. And I used one analysis today in Nigerian state. There's difference between equity law and this law of the state. It was something that was developed in England years back. You understand? And when equity and this law of the state, where they clash, equity prevails. It's very, very important. And those Bon Salon were saying, these people have no right to say anything here. The question before the court or before us Nigerians is this right? Is it within our conscience to allow one man who is an authority, position of authority, to take 100 young people who are underage as wives? Is this an abuse of the system? Is this a betrayal of trust? And he should be arrested. So the court will then decide. And the court will not only decide this as a matter of law. If you argue that your custom and tradition allows it, we will say, okay, that is the law, the custom and tradition. But then equity will not ask. Equity is about conscience. And it prevails. They should find out. This guy is going to prison. And if I go to court and argue this guy is in prison. And that's the issue here. So they should understand that the man belongs to one place, prison. And I said it from the position of authority that I know what I'm saying. Thank you.
Well, it's really a sad one that I'm even more sad that these children have been brainwashed, apparently threatened as well. Apparently, in ties with little things, when an orphan, you don't have anything and you're
Yes.
giving just little stuff, you feel okay.
They
This
give
is
her
life.
10,000 for the first time. A girl that has
Yes,
the something to eat, you see 10,000
yes,
naira.
you feel like,
They're
oh,
all right
you-
now.
yes,
They
you
put her
feel
for
like I've
auto.
arrived. This
Yes.
is life. And but they I just hope that
I'm talking
the
of the after
minister.
effect on society. I'm not even talking about the kids now. I'm not talking about what's going to happen. But what will be the effect 50 years down the line, 20 years down the line? They're going to make children. We're not going to be able to take care of them. The answer is no. This idiot is going to die soon. He must have a wife already. So it's going to bring one to conflict with them, and there's going to be trouble. Society will be suffering. We're not going to take that. If we do,
That's 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 true.
kidnapping
And
is
I
the
just we just hope that the minister will be at the top
she
of
will
it
stand
to
on
make
that. She
sure
will
that
stand her ground. She will do the needful. I wish
that
she's a
this
Christian woman. You know,
does
because
not
the Muslim will
happen.
be able to oppress her. If she's a Christian woman, then she'll be able to say, hey, listen, I don't give a damn about that. I'm a Christian in the first place. You understand? But if it's a Muslim, then it's going to be difficult. But then they can sit her down and ask her difficult question as a Muslim wife. You understand? That is my worry. I don't know her religion. I don't know the minister at the moment. But perhaps that's something we need to be worried. But the truth is, the civil society need to back her up at this stage. And that, in fact, this case is not something the minister will be doing alone. Civil society, Falana is to be the one taking this matter to court. I've been talking about Falana. In fact, the day I will see the Baba, I will talk to him. Falana, you need an organization. You don't have time to do all these things. You tell your people to go and take that case to court. In fact, oh God, I'm coming. Nigeria we are ready.
Anyway, we'll spend so much time, and it will to be a good place to wrap up the show today. We're supposed to even spend 1 hour today, Saturday, and it will be a good place to
You know
wrap
when
up
that
the
decrease, I
show.
talk a lot. You do 1 hour. Where they foresee that decrease? 1 hour.
Yes, but just
Wait me.
before we go, today is weekend on enlightened notes. Just before we go, I'm trying to talk to young women here. There's a story on the nation here that says you can see a very beautiful lady there that says court convicts Lagos cosmetic surgeon over client's deaths. That story is on page 2
Oh,
of the
they don't put
Nation
cutting yards
newspaper.
for there. Why,
And
why,
so
eh? Oh, God.
I really just want to advise our young people, in as much as you want to look good, you want to, you want people to appreciate you, or maybe you want to, you don't appreciate your body, you don't value your body, you want to look more beautiful. I don't have anything against that. For me, I love me the way I am. But if you want to do all that, it's fine. But my only advice is that don't use your money to kill yourself. Don't use your money to buy your own death. If you must do these things, maybe you should find professionals, or we never can tell. But please, but my advice will still be appreciate yourself. Value yourself, what you have. God have a reason for bringing you through that family, for you looking a certain way. In as much as we live in a society where everything is, people are faking it, everything is fake. You see people look at women from head to toe, almost everything it's fake. Please, we should not buy our own debts with our own money. That is what I'm saying. To the young ladies, please, you can still look beautiful. Wear a dress that is fitting, wear a dress that will make you look beautiful. You must not necessarily, at the other time it was Abuja, where we have a particular surgeon. Young ladies were just dying every now and then until he was arrested and the clinic was shut down, all in the name of beauty, body enhancement, and all that. Is it really worth it? I want you to ask yourself that question today, and that would be a good place to wrap up the show. Daddy Chris, do you have any other thing to tell us just before we wrap up the
Oh,
show?
just before we step this down, I can see Wike saying, I'm not distracted by Rivers crisis. You are.
He's
Even
a
you're not
confused
you're
human
saying it
being.
alone. You're saying it alone means you are distracted. That's all I have to say to him.
Yes,
That's
of course, he's confused. Wike is confused.
that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much, Rias, for being on the program today. It's been one uh you know here in London, the weather is a little bit cold today. I don't know about Nigeria, but I know, of course, it's Saturday. One best Saturday. Somebody will be on their way to wedding or to one party or the other now. While you are out there, don't forget to first subscribe to follow us, our social media handles. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, follow us on Twitter, X, and of course on YouTube. Subscribe, hit on the notification bell, leave us with your comments, share, and like as well. And don't forget also that we have our shortlet now. They are running Airbnb everywhere. We have in Abuja, Lagos. And so all you have to do is just give us a call and we'll be at your service. Don't forget that sometimes you need, as a human being, it's weekend, you can relax. You can do your bridal showers, your birthday, your meeting, conferences, there. And of course, even church party, anything you want to do is like, it's a home away from home. So all you have to do sometimes just chill. You can come there to work, to relax. We have every facility in place. We even have the cars to take you around. What more can you ask for? Please do where to give us a call. If you're in Lagos or in Abuja, do where to give us a call. And don't forget also that our last month edition of the magazine, our magazine, Srtv magazine, is out. You can always showcase your brand, your product, anything you're doing, even talk about you as a person in your career at a very, you don't have to break a bank to do that. Look how amazing this magazine is, right? You just have to come and tell us, and we'll put you here. And don't forget that magazines are archives. This is something you will keep for years, for a long time. So why not give us a call? Let's put you out there for the world to see how amazing you are. And don't forget also a Nigerian week that is fast approaching. Another way of showcasing your brand to the world, global community, global world. Just come and showcase. No, nothing is too small. Showcase your brand, showcase yourself to the world. We have a lot of activities lined up. We have the food show, we have the fashion, we have business summits, we have, talking about agriculture, real estate, the film, the industry. Don't forget that we have one of the biggest in the world. And so we're going to showcase all this in this event. So please do well to, be part of a partner with us, whatever you have to do to be part of it, please just give us a call and we'll be there for you. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I remain yours truly, Princess Cassie. While you're at there, it's weekend, people go to party, don't drink and drive, please. And please obey the traffic law. Always remember that peace is priceless. So give peace a chance. We'll see you on Monday.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments.
Our fully furnished apartment offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortly apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Srtv. Innovative content.